really gonna kill me tonight. Let's just do this manually. So I had this little bit of a channel here. I'm long a couple of pairs against the US dollar, so short the US dollar currently. So I'm kind of tapped out on USD trades, but looking good for my trades. Or follow this channel. You know, we've got this support coming up here at 90.38 that I think is going to be kind of key. We'll see what happens. We break that, it's down to 88, I think, probably. We'll see if it bounces back here. If it stays below this trend line, I think as Jordan has said many times, we're bearish. I'm bearish anyway. Let's go to the Forex pairs. Hold on, let's go to my main Forex pairs. I was watching NZD, JPY, for some. So this is a, man, this is gonna, why is this, what on earth is going on with, what's going on with TradingView? This is bananas. I've got some settings somewhere that's not, is that what was off, the auto? That's what it was. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Alright, I've been watching this for this counter trend breakout. You know, I think longer term, if I had, yeah, so we're not really in any, so we're just, you know, well, all Forex is perpetually sideways anyway for the most part, but nonetheless, it looks to me like we're ending this kind of downtrend on NZD JPY, and we're looking to head back up. So I think this is going to be a really good potential trade. I tried to go long here, and I guess I got stopped. Yeah, I got stopped out. I think when it bounced up here, I had this, so just a little learning lesson. I had this upper resistance, now support, a little bit low on my chart, and so as soon as it crossed that, I think it did close above it on a kind of a moderate time frame briefly. Right, yeah, right through here. I think I had the level like right here. Had it too low. And so when it crossed whatever level that was I was looking at, I think I moved stop loss to break even. This behind me is distracting me, so I'm going to turn that off. I had moved stop loss to break even, and I got stopped out. Doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I'm looking at the buy sell order. Nonetheless, I've been watching this pair for this counter trend breakout, and it looks like we might get an actionable signal soon. So it's at the top of my list because I was watching for that at open. Here's the breakout retest resumption. Now we're in the Asian session here, so I'm not going to take a trade, but this would have been a sweet trade. Of course, we already kind of broke above it. That's a pair that I'm watching closely. The dollar milkshake, man, hang on to your milkshakes. No joke. All right, what do we got here? NZD USD. I'm already long 2 USD pairs, so I probably won't take an entry here, but this one's setting up nicely too. Another CTM setup here. I'm in Euro USD. Probably would rather be in NZD USD, honestly. NZD, New Zealand just announced, hold on, where's the news? That they're COVID free. New Zealand, y'all see that? COVID free. Let's see. Yep. Oh, come on. Chrome, you're killing me. New Zealand and the Cook Islands announced quarantine-free travel bubble. Travel between countries, yeah, because New Zealand doesn't have any cases, I think, again right now, so that's really good for them. All right. Euro, Great Brit pound, the post. We'll have to just keep an eye on. I've been wanting to keep an eye on what the pound does because I think it's going to have some pretty good moves coming up here, I'm guessing. So, probably taking a short. If I'm going to go counter USD, if I'm going to go pro USD, you could take a short on the coming in this long-term trend line here. I won't do it just because I'm too bearish on the dollar, but it's a potential trade setup. But the euro pound setting up. My lines, yeah. So we had this little bit of clear downtrend. Hi, I've been watching a few of your videos, came here from CTM channel. I'm Canadian. I think fundamentally CSD or CDN USD has Chance at 1-to-1 again. Any opinions on the long-term trade? Yeah, so I have it on my chart. I was watching it. My problem is highly correlated pairs. I don't watch as much as I probably should. Here's the reverse CAD. You asked about, yeah, CAD, CD and USD. Isn't that the Canadian dollar? I don't know that I know exactly what CD. If you meant CAD, you said CDN. BTC at 1930. Yeah, we'll get to that quickly. Let's not take too long on Forex here because that's not the trade. Yeah, the Canadian dollar, US dollar. I mean, I think the Canadian dollar, if that's what you meant. USD CAD. Yeah, okay. Dave is going to take the USD CAD short. Yeah, so CAD USD the other direction, going long. Looks like a good setup. Yeah, alright. So, the thing about it is that we've been sideways since, what, 2015 here. So, you're kind of range bound. So, I mean, you can play the ranges pretty well too. But, we'll draw this real fast. Yeah, since we kind of flipped, and this like this, ridiculous. But the main thing was when we broke above here, we're kind of setting up, we're in an intermediate uptrend. I mean, it was a really good setup. If I would have been paying more attention, I probably would have taken this little breakout right here. It's a pretty good setup right there, I think. That would have been, yeah, that was the one I watched that I missed. I was watching this and I just missed it because I was off dealing with crypto right there. Would have been a great entry, but we'll get more. Yeah, I'd be long Canadian, short US, however you're playing the pair, USD CAD or CAD USD. What's up there, everyone? Other than PCC. Yeah, let's get to, so those are my thoughts. I mean, dollar's going to be bearish. There's going to be a flight to safety, I think. I do think that when we're broke down out of here, I think there'll be one more little spike up and maybe hit this trend line and then a resistance. Some little mini flight to safety. That's kind of what I'm always anticipating, but we'll see what happens. Because you got like, right, so you look at this, like we started to draw this whole channel right here. And, you know, with the US dollar, there's so many, and they're not all necessarily into the dollar milkshake per se, but there's so many people that just, man, my trading view is acting weirdo. Like the anchors are all, it's like, see how it's trying to anchor and I told it not to. Let's turn this off. Weak magnet off. I don't want any magnets. I want to draw my own trend lines. I don't want you to think for me. Stop it. Alright, anyway. Nonetheless, but you see these like spike ups? These are all purely, you know, flight to safety events. And there's just so many people that, they don't subscribe to the dollar milkshake per se, but they think the dollar is just, going to be king and the US can print ad infinitum and it's no big deal. I don't know why they think that, but so they keep, these little bounces. I expect one more of these here pretty soon. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe up to this trend line, maybe up to 91 and then back down. So I'm kind of hesitant about my positions because I think we're going to be, but I need to move. This is not live, by the way. This is on my demo account, so I would be very, very cagey about showing anything live trading, or flat won't. I can let that sell off a kickstart. USD CAD. Let's go look at the USD CAD specifically, then we'll go to Bitcoin. That's what y'all probably all came here for, my thoughts on. You're going to short off of 1283, right above here. I'm about to short with a stop just above support. Okay, yeah, that's a good spot right there. Yeah, above that wick. Good setup. Definitely see it happening. Break down, retest this level. Right, I'm gonna draw a Heath line more than a, like, this is a really good Heath level. You see all these wicks, the bodies are right here at this level. There's your breakout, breakdown, retest that line, resumption, and then this is your obvious, give yourselves a little bit of space there for a, what'd you say, 1, 2, 8, 3. Yeah, the only problem is we're heading into the Asian session, so I'll get up early tomorrow morning. Try to make this video kind of short. Yeah. So there's your entry as you We've already taken out, this is a retest, we've already actually taken it out. But frankly, I mean, as long as tomorrow morning, as long as we haven't moved too far off of this, you can take an entry pretty much anywhere in here. This is really the retest wick. Like, these two together on the 8 hour are really the retest. So, alright. Got stopped out once. Yeah. You know, you get stopped out, that's the way it works. That's why it's there, though. Protects us from things going the wrong way on us. Alright, let's go to crypto, unless anybody has anything pressing. I mean, I think most people are kind of bearish the dollar if you're in this space. Alright, crypto, Bitcoin dominance. So just keep an eye on this as we look at, this gives us a landscape of where we're at on the alts. Bitcoin's obviously doing well. We're above the 63 level. I bet we get one more test of this trend line and then back down. Roughly, we might make it all the way up here. Bitcoin really starts to run, and the alts don't run with him. Bitcoin's as bullish as you can get. This is why I got back into it, and I'm just back in 100% because I'm not messing around no more. But I got back in at 18,320 right there, right here. Yeah, man, look at that. We just broke that level. This is a key level we were watching. I know people were watching this. I had this as like a neckline for a head and shoulders. And I think, honestly, the head and shoulders played out. So that's what I think happened. I mean, honestly. I posted it a couple times. But that was a head and shoulders, and that was almost perfectly. It wasn't a good head and shoulders because the left, quote-unquote, shoulder was higher than the head. So I wasn't drumming on about it being a big deal, but it did kind of play out. Because this drop right here was almost exactly double this. The neckline at the top of that. And this same thing was happening here. I said this too as we were doing this. I said, that looks like a head and shoulders. And boom. That was a little bit more than 50. That was a little bit more than you would expect from us. But they're playing out. So here's kind of the other thing I'm watching for is on a longer time frame. Let's go to like the daily. We might still get a third broader head and shoulders. A bunch of mini ones and a bigger one. Test that 16.2 level before heading back to the all-time high, something like that. But as much relentless buying as there is in Bitcoin, I mean, there's all the news. It's just so the news on it's so bullish, and this is so bullish. I wonder if we've just kind of gotten past the, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, the mental hurdle. That I don't think this is going to sell off hugely just because there's so many willing buyers. But those late night. I mean, it only takes. I mean, what was this? I mean, this whole sell off was like over a night and early the next morning, and then it started to recover the next day, pretty much, right? So I mean, it can have a big like weekend or Asian session sell off, and then London and New York get to work and start buying. So we'll see what happens. It's looking really, really bullish. I was watching sushi. I almost took a trade on sushi. What? Stop it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to fight with my trading view. Scoot this over just a little bit again. Alright, sushi. This is a fork of Uniswap. It's kind of an open source fork of Uniswap. Or an open play. This right here, breakout. We never had a retest resumption. Now we've got one. Breakout. And this is a good retest. If we resume off this level, that's a great trade. Sushi's a good project. It's in my where's my my top. I was working. I'll give you a little preview. I was working on this video, but I had way too much personal stuff to do today to get another. I'm working on a top for HODL. So those are my HODL positions, and then I got a top. I'm going to do another little quick video on my top 5 speculative like crypto, and sushi is going to be one of them. So I'm going to include ADA and link in that video, and then I'm going to drop down to sushi and then some other things on my watch list that people who are in CTM will know a lot about. But all right, Cosmos. Cosmos is broken out of this as far as I'm concerned. I'm watching this downtrend. Cosmos is on the top of my watch list, so I've got these two right below. If you see my list, anything with purple is stuff I'm watching for an active trade. I've got some funds on Kraken, so I'm ready to also start taking some leveraged We'll leave that. I'm gonna draw some local Heath lines, some leverage trade. So yeah, Sushi and Adam. When I do take a trade on them, they will be leveraged trades. Let's go to the 12-hour, which is my current time frame for trading these. All right. So what do I have this level where I have it? Let's go over here. I'm gonna make sure this level's good level. See, I got those bodies there. So I pay more attention to bodies than I do wicks typically on horizontal levels, but you know, it depends on what you have. There's a bunch of wicks right there, and then there's a body right near it. So there's a body. All right. So close above that. So this green line is more about closing levels. So yeah, I'm watching this for a trade. Let's go to the daily and see what our daily candles look like. All right, close below that. We're probably headed back down. Close. I mean, this is really close to being super bullish. So daily, yeah. I mean, you close above this level, which is the bottom. You know where that opened. Get back above that. You know, I'm thinking here. Do we have? Yeah, because this is, well, that's where we closed and opened there. I mean, get back above that level and it's off to the races. I think you get back above this green line, which is really pretty close to where these two bodies were. Let me move this up. Get back above that green line is bullish, I'd say. But close below this and you're bearish. I will probably take, this was a breakout retest of this level right here. See that top of that wick right there. So that counts as a breakout retest resumption in my book. So there's your trade entry. And then on these, you got to leave a really wide stop loss on alts. I didn't mean to do that, but okay, here we go. That's what I meant to do. So I will put the stop loss way the heck down here. Like there. But anyway, potential setup. I like it. I'm gonna be on it if it breaks above our levels there. Gets below this white line right here, and I'm out. I'm not gonna take a trade on it until it resets up. But yeah, my stop loss will be down here somewhere. Include your percent on each. So my percent risk, Matt, is that what you're asking me for? If you're talking about my percent risk, it'll be 2%. So the way I do it, because my trading account is much smaller than the rest, it's roughly calculated at 2% risk, because it's actually only a part of my whole portfolio that I'm actually actively trading. So I'll take a bigger risk on it because it's not actually. So my full, it's probably more like 0.5% of my full portfolio, really. My full hodlings of crypto. But yeah, as far as I calculated on, well, like if this would have been like Binance before, it would have been 2%. But since it's going to go to crack, it'll be the same thing, 2% risk. All right, for the funds I have in that exchange. If that's what you're asking, Matt, and if that's not what you're asking, then yeah, you can. I will. Oh, so my hodl positions, these right here, you know what, it's a good thing to put in here. Like what I personally, this is my allocation. Those are what I'm holding. Like that's my baseline. I hold that percentage of these coins, pretty much regardless, and everything else is trades in and out of Bitcoin. So when I take I'll go overweight any one of these names. So these, like, I don't count this in my base trading percentage. So basically, the way to look at it is 20%. I would say roughly. I have to do the math on it. I don't know if it's 20, maybe 30% of my entire Bitcoin holdings are sitting on an exchange that I'm actively trading. So basically, what I'm not trading, like what's being held in, like, being held long term, is probably something like this with 20%. 20%. I would say about 20% is trading, like how I do it. So my trading BTC is 20%, something like that, right? And so this can vanish, and so it may be BTC one day, and it may be tied up in trades another day. So that's my general portfolio mix, and so I'm trying to stack sats on my those trading percent. Sushi Atom. So yeah, I mean I'll actively take trades on ETH, Link, and ADA too, just like I would anything else. And so in theory, in total, I might get up to say close to 20% Ethereum or something by the time I put on a trade. But that's just a trade, structured trade, the stop loss and everything. I'm not, if I get stopped out, I still have 10% of my portfolio in that. VeChain is one. I have an active trade on VeChain. Where the heck? It's over in Binance still. Some of the funds I haven't brought out of Binance is because I have this trade on. I gotta get back to minimizing this. So yeah, I took an entry on this breakout, and I don't know where my stop loss is. I need to probably move it because it looks like we're just sitting right on support here. So anybody else that wants to get in this, we're probably. So yeah, I have this moved up. I don't know why I moved this up. Right here, that wick right there, that wick touch, wick. You're right on it. You're right on that support. And that's been holding those bodies right there, wicks to it. So assuming this holds and resumes off, I mean that's a good potential entry, especially you clear this level up here and this game on. But yeah, so I have an active trade in VeChain. One of my other kind of sleeper picks. These are my sleeper picks actually. There you go. These three, and then an AI name and API 3. So I'll move this up here because the only chart you can get right now that I can find on TradingView for API 3 is against wrapped ETH. Kind of weird. Good night, Craig. Yeah, I'm gonna be right. That's gonna be a short video tonight. I'm just gonna try to blow through this and go to bed myself. I'm actually honestly looking at these, going, do I want to set my trades right now? I think I'll wake up in the morning and set my trades just because I've noticed late night, the Asian kind of session, we get a little bit more weird activity, from what I can tell, than London and New York. Okay. So I don't think I will set trades. I'll just get up in the morning and see what we're doing. Bitcoin still looking good. Yeah. So VeChain engine. VeChain is supply chain logistics. Engine is a gaming. It allows you to buy in-game items and stuff. Right now, it's kind of the main use case, but there's more gaming use cases. Dots, internet of blockchain. What we got here? So we got to the bottom of this. We had a breakout. That would have been a good trade. I did get in this trade. I did. And then I got stopped out at break even. Man, it's been that long since I got in that. My goodness. I got stopped out at break even though. I didn't want to take profit there. But it's setting up again. We're getting another setup. Also on that, just setups everywhere, man. I'm gonna move this up. Clearly looking like a setup to me. Yeah, it broke out of some type of, obviously another pseudo wedge breakout. I'll watch this tomorrow. We get a resumption off of this level. So this is a straight up. This is a breakout. That's a retest, and we're already resuming. But to be safe, we'll let it clear this line and see if we don't get. In alt season, I do take the trade with no name is what did this right here. Right, that's the trade with no name. I think that's what Jordan calls a trade with no name. It's basically a breakout play. It's a test. Rejection breakout is kind of almost what it is. But I'll watch for this ping pong tomorrow and see if I can't catch something like that. The next couple of days on DOT. Can you include what exchanges and alts are available on? If I know, I will let you know. Maybe I can. Kevin, that's good feedback. Maybe I can keep a list up on my other screen here that I can refer to. I'm trying to remember if sushi. I looked up to see if sushi was on Kraken. And I don't remember if sushi's on Kraken. Here's a good way to find out if you get the data feed from them. It looks like it's Binance only. Yeah, so I'm trying to trade, getting Kraken mostly, which is I keep forgetting that Kraken didn't have a bunch of these things that I'm used to being able to trade on Binance. That's good feedback, Kevin. I will add it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to put this on my to-do list. To do, add, or keep keep list of exchanges when talking about coins. Okay. I will work on that because I don't remember off the top of my head a lot of these. Yeah, like this API 3 one, like Uniswap, and maybe the only place you can get it. Okay. Engine, been watching this. This is kind of a fun one. Like I don't really honestly know how much real world use this is gonna get. You know, the gaming and especially like I used to be big into watching StarCraft 2 tournaments and esports and League of Legends more recently, but just got too busy and I don't really keep up with them. But if this makes its way into esports somehow, I don't know how, then I might be a little bit more bullish. But you know, or if like a major player starts really using it. But it's more of a fun thing. I think it's a cool project. I'm in Central Time, Matt. It's 9:30 here. API 3 is this kind of Web 3.0 new age version of Link. It's a non-intermediary, so instead of having like Link nodes that are gathering data to supply to the blockchain, this is a structured way of providing data straight to blockchain and smart contract developers. Really cool project. I think it's going to get some hype this cycle. I don't think it's going to threaten, based on where they're at in the development of this and how many adopters they have of this, it's not going to threaten Link for this whole cycle. So I was a little concerned for Link when I started reading about these other Oracle projects, this being one of them. But it's got a ways to go. So it might get some hype this cycle. It might pop. Link is still the better play in that Oracle space, but I'll see what this one does. Is it setting up at all? I mean, you can't really buy on exchanges, so I'm just gonna let y'all know that that's kind of something to watch. I think you have to buy this on Uniswap. It's not something we probably are actively trading, unless you just want to go buy a moonshot. Stellar. I was looking for an entry on Stellar. I talked about this in my last video. I'm still watching. Honestly, yeah, this little breakout play would have been okay if you couldn't have caught it though. Really, with the timing that we're looking at, let's go to 12-hour. Yeah, that's what I'm trading on. So, but yeah, break this level. And you're close above that, like that could be an entry straight up if you just close above it, just enter a small portion. So I talked about this too. I'll take like a 10% position, a 1/10 on an initial breakout, and if it just like snaps and goes crazy, then I got something. But I'm really looking for like a little bit, retest, resumption, a whole lot more. Okay, Matt, where are you at? I'm north of Houston in the suburbs. Monero, that, privacy, ephemeral addresses, very hard to track. So you can do, the only problem, the reason I don't talk about Monero more is that there are, people that use it for shady things, and I don't care to be tied to that in any way. Now, outside of the shady things, there are a lot of legitimate reasons to have, the ability to send money anonymously. There's plenty of people that that don't want bad people to know, where they're sending money, and it could be as simple as they don't want bad people to know that they're sending money back home to their families to support their families or something. There's lots of very innocent use cases for it. All right, so it's a good project, I think, for those use cases. But the problem is like with all things, things can be abused. All right. Algorand, very strong, platform. I think probably like EOS has more talk, and then one of the ones I don't talk about a lot is Elrond, because I haven't made a lot of news lately. But there was a couple of news blurbs on them lately, so I might add Elrond up in here. We'll see what their charts kind of do too. But Algo had a really good setup. I did enter. I was in Algo. I think I got stopped out. I did take a trade here and got stopped out of break even. Alright, Zalika, another good strong project. EOS, another good strong project. Their charts. We have this this looks like a bear flag to me, kind of, sort of. But, I don't know. They've been stronger versus Bitcoin than a lot of other alts. That's the level I'm watching right there. There you go. Move this up just a little bit. This level right here, we break this level and I'll be interested, basically. I'm not super interested in the project, but that might set up a good trading opportunity. You know, EOS, these ones that are like a really bad downtrend, they're scary, but they're obviously tightening up, and they're starting to like you see a bunch of these double bottoms happening basically, where it's, you know, a giant wedge starting to slow down. You get a little bit of a pop to the top of that, the wedge, and then you have this second mini wedge and a double bottom setup. So those are good potential setups. Binance Coin, I have it on here mostly just because I have some for the trading fee discount they give you, but it's not really doing anything right now. OXT, this is the one that Heath brought up. I had heard about it before. I'd heard about it because old Dave Portnoy got dumped on in here, so I think he bought he bought up here and got dumped on. But nonetheless, they got decent tech. It's a VPN. It's like a decentralized VPN service. So decent. Keep an eye on it. AVE lending platform used to be called Lend. Oh, it's getting to be a setup. See this right here? We broke. Yeah, it's good. Oh, it's a great setup. Moving this up. Moving that on up. Moving on up. Alright, potential setup on AVE. Breakout, retest. I mean, this is kind of a very long, drawn out, painful breakout retest, but this is breakout, retest, consolidation. But yeah, I mean, you could probably, this is like a good Heath level setup. Something like a close above. Let's go to the daily. I'm seeing that level right there. Close above that and keep an eye on it. Like I wouldn't necessarily take an entry there, per se. But if it doesn't, if it holds the support and closes above that, it might start to make some moves. I'd be looking for that breakout of this kind of downtrend we've been having. I really fell out of those. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know that I do so much like that setup, but with alts it'll pump. Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, they're all still lagging. That's the thing, is that we're right now these moves are teeny tiny compared to what the altcoin season moves are going to be, but even these like little mini breakouts do set up trading opportunities that and the thing is I want to be in whatever setups I can find, you know, even if it just ends up being a little, like I've been getting in a lot of setups and getting stopped out at break even because it doesn't really run, but I want to be in them when they start to happen because one of these days they're just going to start flying, right? And so I'd rather be in a few pairs for that moment. So my HODL positions, I keep the USD charts up on them. I don't watch them for trading. I do not care what's happening with these guys. If you guys care, we'll look at them, but they're all super bullish. Like ETH is super crazy bullish. I did take okay, I lied. I had sold some at 620, and I was, you know, looking for a level to buy back. When this action right here told me to get back in, so I think I re-entered. Yeah, when we kind of double touched this line on the daily. Let's go to the 12-hour. We double touched that on the daily, held it, and when we resumed up, I think I re-entered ETH at like 560 or something, somewhere over here. What's today? Was that yesterday? Yeah, that was yesterday. I re-entered up there. I think something like that. But I mean, it's super bullish. It's going to take out 620 soon and fly. But you know, we get one more rejection, come back to 550, break out. You know, who knows? I don't know. No crystal ball. ADA is looking super bullish. This is great. Breakout, retest, resumption, double retest. This trend line here, holding this trend line up, broke out above this support, and was looking to resume. It's going to keep ping-ponging up. Link, I am actively in a trade on Link. Let me tell you all this. Yeah, I've been killing ETH, dude. I did so good. I was so fortunate. I was at the start of the whole bull market. I was 70% ETH in this area. This is when Jordan talked me back into Bitcoin up here. So I got pretty heavy position into Bitcoin. And then I think I called that an alert. I can't call an alert, but I told the CTM group I was looking at most of the BTC chart, but I could see this starting to break out, and I re-entered again a lot of link right here. Got out at 620, spot at 488, got out at 620, and bought right there again. So ETH has been treating me well. I've had a pretty good read on ETH, and it's if my read on ETH has been correct, we're about to break 620 in the next week or two, and off we fly. I think late December we're gonna head for 800. What is this? It's already the 13th. Yeah, so I mean any day now we could be heading for the 800 level. That's my opinion. It's not financial advice. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. You'll lose 1,000%. But I've had a pretty good read on ETH so far. ADA, same thing. I'm actively in a trade on Link. Okay, so this is my little caution. I don't know how it happened. I need to figure out how exactly it happened. But I had entered a position on DOT, on Kraken, my very first leverage trade on DOT. Fortunately, it was a tiny trade. It didn't really matter. Where's DOT? .BTC. Yeah. So I entered a trade on DOT here, and it broke out. I didn't take profit because I was looking for more than this little bitty mini breakout, which I probably should have taken some, but okay. I didn't take profit. Got stopped out at break even, or I thought I got stopped out. Apparently, my order put me in a short position. So I was actually shorting DOT somehow. Fortunately, I didn't end up losing a lot of money. I noticed it this morning. I was looking at my mobile app. And I was setting up my mobile app for Kraken and looking at it, and I could see that I had an open position short DOT, and so I closed that. But I don't know how that happened. So for some reason, my stop loss order turned into a short order. So I went stop loss and then short on top of that. So I don't know how that happened. But I do have a link. I do have a position on Link that I just started, and it was more I was taking action. See this green line right here, this support. What I was doing is I was looking. It looked to me like a double bottom, so I took a very small position, and it really was. I honestly was trying to get my order set up right on Kraken, so I just took kind of a flaky setup. But I am actively in on Link right now, right there. When we broke back above that, it's a tiny order, and it doesn't matter, but I'm watching this one pretty close for a breakout. I think the reason I took it is because it broke out on the USD chart, and I was like, well, it's going to move up, so let me go ahead and just take this leverage trade on it, just to figure out my leverage trade orders on Kraken. But this is why I took it. Was this right? What the heck is going on? 8 hour, 12 hour. Yeah, so this breakout retest, that trend line right there, when it resumed right there, it also was, it corresponded with this break of this right here on the BTC chart. So I went ahead and just placed an order because I'm trying to figure out my orders. So when I noticed, I entered that Link trade when I noticed my DOT order had put me short, because I wanted to try to figure out, and I immediately kind of pretty quickly set a break even stop. So I think I got it right this time, but yeah, it's super scary. It's like, holy cow, if my stop loss orders turn me turn into short orders, that's not going to be good. I'm going to be getting whipsawed all over the place. So I got to figure that out. If I figure out something specific, or I'll let y'all know, but it's just something to keep an eye on Kraken. Kraken's very weird. It's very different than others I've used. Monero's setting up for potential. I'm going to move Monero up. I think Monero is I did that video recently on Exodus wallet, and so Monero is one of the coins on Exodus wallet. You can trade. The trading fees aren't very attractive. They're not Kraken or Gemini or Binance is going to be a lot less. But if you have some funds and you want to very passively move a little bit of your Bitcoin into something else, not like a super active trade, it's maybe worth doing. It uses a bunch of decentralized, non-custodial exchanges on the back end. All right, so that's anything. Does anybody have any request? I'm dollar cost averaging an ETH at 439 now. All right, Kevin, good deal. Compound. Yeah, they're like the DeFi name, lending. They're at a level though. It's a pretty good level if you look at this. I haven't really done any work on this chart. Obviously, y'all can see. not one of the things I'm super excited about. But it's got a lot of potential, so keep an eye on it. Anyway, so there's your nice big breakout retest. Big move. Well, relatively speaking. We're telling, the weird thing is we're treating downtrends like they're bullish or something. But it's because Bitcoin's in an obvious uptrend. So these things are almost inevitably, this is why. Oh yeah. Hold on. Why does this keep turning off this? Alright, any requests for the people that are on here currently? Otherwise I'm gonna probably wrap up. Let's see. Total 2. Oh, we've been keeping an eye on this. This is our total crypto market cap. We're obviously gonna blow past this here pretty soon, I would think. Set, good strong uptrend. It's really all Bitcoin, but it's consolidating here for another move across the entire crypto landscape for sure. So this is kind of neat to look at, right? So you look at the Bitcoin charts and we get all, everybody gets all, it's kind of it's a rocket pad. Watch out. Watch out. Got a rocket pad. It's not really a good rocket pad, but I don't know, it's a pretty big rocket pad actually. I'd have to cheat and put it on that. It's not really the greatest of all. You get the idea. Yeah, so you look at the Bitcoin chart and we're all over analyzing every little bitty move this thing does. Look at the total crypto landscape chart, which is the total 2. Oh, this is excluding BTC. That's right. Total 1 is including BTC. Total 2. So total 2. So there you go. This is the alt landscape. That is super, obviously in a super good uptrend. Alts are doing great. Chugging along. This is not super accurate, so don't call me out for being a terrible technical analysis when I'm just kind of goofing around. But no. Come on, thing. But that is looking like a very mighty nice little bull pennant going on there. Yeah, I agree, Kevin. How about DAI and CRV? So DAI, unless I'm crazy, is a stable coin. It's not going to move anywhere. So like DAI USD, it's just going to be like flat. So DAI is a stable coin. I believe they try to keep it pretty well pegged and flat, so it's never really going to move. Or it shouldn't, unless something's wrong. Now the maker, MKR, is who is the people that mint that DAI. So this is something to watch, is the maker. So Tetherist would be just like another stable coin, Tether. But MKR dollar, MKR Bitcoin. This is really what you want to watch, is MKR Bitcoin. Double bottoming here. So maker's one to watch. Maybe I'll even put it on my list. Thank you for the reminder. I've been meaning to put them on my list actually. Is it? So here's so quick double check. Yeah, see, this is not on. Man, I'm gonna be so limited on Kraken compared to. Oh, they're on Gemini? Seriously? What? Well, I got them on Gemini, so maybe I'm good there. Yeah, so DAI shouldn't move. And then CRV. I don't know what CRV is. What is CRV? Coin market cap. You got me on that one, man. I don't know what CRV is. Honda CRV is the only thing that keeps coming to my mind. Oh, Curve. Duh. Sorry. Yeah, Curve. Yeah, Curve's a good project. Dex. It's on my list of dexes, I believe. I do have it on my list of dexes here. If I go to my it's supposed to be. Let's see, RB. Thank you for that. So anyway, yeah, it's a dex. It should have been on my list. Still obviously working on that Prezzo. But yeah, as far as potential, You know, I don't know. I don't have a good, honest opinion on Curve versus like Sushi, or Uniswap. So, but it's one to watch. It's one to watch. I don't know that I'm gonna add it to my list right now because I've got Sushi on here. Sushi's chart's looking a lot better. And personally, since Uniswap's got so much, it's the leader kind of in the DEX space, and Sushi's the, you know, people's version of that. That's probably what I'll focus on right now. Kind of like the same thing with XRP and Stellar. You know, I don't care about XRP whatsoever, but I'll watch Stellar, which is the, oh, speaking of Stellar, yeah, I was watching. We talked about this earlier. Anyway, so thank you for the request, Kevin. Let's go to DAI and make sure I'm not losing my mind. And I think it's a stable coin, but last I checked, DAI is a stable coin. Yeah, see, it's $1 USD right now. Why this chart? It's always going to be $1 USD. So DAI is an Ethereum-based stablecoin issued by Maker. The Maker DAO, decentralized autonomous organization. So Maker is what you want to watch. MKR. It's worth watching. All right, no more questions. So if not, thank you guys for your time. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing here real fast. Man, that is looking really good. I think we're probably not going to break through the all-time high in the next day or two, but we'll hopefully we've broken above this 18.9 level, and we'll at least kind of consolidate here and ride this trend line up, and we'll see what happens. It's a lot of big money, where it's a wave of money flooding coming in. What is it? What's his name? Raoul Paul. You know, it's a wave of it's a what do you call it? Something of money, just like a wall of money or something coming in. All right, guys, y'all take care. Thanks, everybody.